All right, news story tomorrow. How do you feel about it?
It's no intro. You just want to just.
News story tomorrow. How do you feel about it? If you're watching this, this is before the news. This is on Tuesday, June 3rd. Story airs tomorrow.
What time tomorrow? You
I
still
don't
ain't
know.
text her and find
I'll
out.
figure that out.
I'm not anxious about it, but I'm like anxious about it because I'm just curious to see. Like right now, we sitting at like 16,000 views on our 2 YouTube videos. Obviously, we're gonna try and post this tonight or early tomorrow before the news story goes up. So I'm just kind of like anxious to see like where it goes, and then also it's like for so long we kind of, not for so long, but like you and me and Darren, we've been working on this for like the last 6 months, and just kind of like hitting goals day after day, week after week, month after month, and this is like a big jump. So like this could either be really big or it could be like just some more gas in the tank.
Yeah, very anticlimactic. It could be like, oh, news story, and then nothing comes about it. I mean, that's why we here today is just to try to get a video that's longer so people can watch it to get us to our next goal, which is 4,000 watch hours. We're trying to hit that 4,000 watch hours so we can be monetized on YouTube, so we can make a little bit more money. I think, you touched on goals. Do you think we have some other goals? I know we kind of tried to revive the mini golf course, but what are some of our other goals you think?
Well, I want to before we get into our goals, I want to ask you like where are we at with that? Like, do you think we failed or did we not fail but try our hardest? And
I don't think the fight's over just yet. There's a price on everything, right? So right now the GoFundMe is sitting at $2,500, which is a lot.
To 2,700.
2,700, yeah. We got a donation this morning, which they kind of started fizzling out. 2,700, it's a lot of money, but it's not enough to buy 15 acres. Hopefully after the news story airs, we might have a little bit more money to have some bargaining power, but right now we're just a couple of guys that started a business and are trying to thrive. And with that, we think there's a culture in this town where it's not really working. Everybody thinks the culture is going down, but do we fail? No, I think we brought the community together. I think what we're trying to do now is to bring awareness to the town and bring awareness to businesses, and just continue to do that, continue to be these community guys that we love our community. We're trying to build this community. Did we fail? No, we're still in the fight. So
yeah, and I think okay, well, with that being said, I kind of obviously I asked you that what are our goals right now on the record. I guess I'm just gonna state some of mine is to get us some land that we can make some content on, and that content will not only change me, you, and Darren's lives, but the people around us, so much to the point where it's if they hey, Jake, I'm down bad right now, I don't know where my next month's rent is gonna come from. It's okay, cool, I got you, but not on some oh yeah, I got however much is your rent, but no, I have a place for you, no, I have a job for you, this is what you do now, teach a man to fish type.
Right. Okay. Now you mentioned us wanting some land. We're obviously in this space, this center that we're doing this podcast out of, but we have a few different struggles with this space and with trying to set up. Obviously, we tried to find acres to do some of our content on. What else do you think we need that land for? Why? What kind of content do you think we're going to be making on that piece of land?
Well, I mean, me and you have different ideas when it comes to content. Obviously, everybody's different. Your algorithm is different than mine. But I think at the end of the day, and maybe we can find some clips to throw up here, but the stuff we was doing back when we was 16, it was just kind of cringe and also kind of gross to say holy shit, that's 10 years ago. Sorry, swear jar. It's 10 years ago we're doing stuff that I would not show my mother.
Yeah.
But now it's okay, if I would have known that if I would have showed that to the world, I would have gladly showed that to my mom 10 times over. So it's we started riding 4-wheelers and stuff, and bombing snow hills and doing donuts in an expedition.
Having fun.
And yeah, just like kind of having fun. But like, I think now as grown men, it's like time to get a space so like we can do that in a safe environment, that if like something happens, it's not on, you know, the community center's land. Or,
exactly.
So like that's like a big part of it.
Yeah, and I think a big thing is that we want to do certain things in the space, and we can't really develop this place how we want to develop it. Like we can't just start painting walls because this isn't our space. We can't, you know, blow some stuff up, you know, that stuff that goes viral, or, you know, whatever it is, we can't do that in this space. But obviously we have enough to do this podcast or podcast, what do you want, Q&A?
Q&A podcast, kind of just like a, hey guys video. Like we haven't really spoken to y'all. It's just all been TikTok and like kind of long form. Like this is like kind of getting to know us a little bit. I'm Jacob, he's Davion, by the way.
And I don't think this video is going to necessarily blow up because it's not going to be that interesting of a thumbnail, but with the Crete forum page, our town forum page, the news, I think a 45-minute video, we can put that out. People would support us enough to watch that all the way through, and we only really need about 3,000 to 4,000 people to watch it to get us to our next goal. So if you are watching this, thank you for watching. Please watch it all the way through. If you want to put it on 2x speed, if you think we're not that interesting, just kind of just put it on, let it play, and get us through it so we can get to our goal. And then we, you know, the budget opens up for the next video, right?
I will say that like, since we've been making content, like kind of the way, like it was funny because you were making a TikTok one day and you was like, oh no, I don't want to say that, it sounds greedy. But like at the end of the day, like we're kind of really like transparent with, you know, like what our, like one of our goals are is, and it's like to not have to, like you quit your job to do this. I don't know if like a lot of people know that, but like 2 months ago, a month ago, it feels like years. He quit his job because like, you know, TikTok was paying enough where it's like, okay, well that's a couple months rent right there. Like we can, cause like you were saying,
let's
like,
try this out. You know, let's do this and see if it sticks. You know, if it sticks, then we'll keep doing it. Right. If y'all like us enough, we'll keep doing it. You know, we don't know if we're going to do another podcast.
And again, we being transparent with y'all because I want to quit my job too, please.
Yeah, and that's kind of been a struggle. Darren's about to be out of school. If we can get you out of work, we can dedicate some more time to this. Obviously, this setup took us, y'all don't know how long it took us to get to this moment right here.
We filmed this podcast like 4 times in the last 6 months. And every time it's like, okay, well, we not ready yet. But like, all of this equipment that we have, this is like 5 years of gathering equipment. Yeah. And it's like some of your stuff, some of my stuff.
And it's still not where we want it to be. We always was like, hey, like we need this perfect space, but then we're just like, hey, like, no, let us start seeing the growth, right? Let them start seeing us here and what it evolves into, right? So we're still want to pump out something that's quality. That's why we still have the mics. We still have a nice camera. We have a space to do this in. But, you know, it didn't have to be perfect. We got our little logo set up from up here, the Chanel patches. Speaking of podcasts, I just want to mention the community center that we're in. We rent a space out in the community center. We're the only people that rent out a space in the community center at the moment. I guess Curves. And they run other little events.
And also,
here.
like, if you want to get a space up here, we're not renting this space. They call it a
user fee.
A user fee, just so they can like cover, you know, the lights and stuff. But it's like literally you're just paying to be here. So like,
and if you have any ideas that you guys want to come and do, like a photography studio, they'll work with you on a price and get you a smaller room to get you started. Yeah. And it's not that much money a month, and they would love for you to come. If you know, shout out to Cheryl Albrecht. If you know anybody else in the township that you guys are interested in the space, you know, please contact them. We'll put the contact in the
this is a super dope space. I feel like it needs a little TLC.
Yeah,
but like,
they're working on it.
Yeah,
they're working on it. And you know, another thing is, I know a lot of people are interested in podcasts. I think we pitched the idea for them to have a podcast room. If you guys are interested in that, like the video and show that.
Actually, no, really, if you're interested in that, let us know. Like if you, this is getting local, but like if you're, you know, in Crete and you're interested in that, or if you know us at all and you're interested in that, leave a comment and say, oh, a podcast room would be dope, because they would like to see the numbers on those and they might be able to make it happen.
Yeah, and if you don't have money to support, or if you want to see something done in your community, the biggest way is to show this podcast some support and see, hey, this is something that people are interested in, that they want to do. They want to do it too. Maybe they want to get on with us and talk with us on what some solutions is that we can do. Maybe some younger people in the community want to come out and talk and say what they have on their mind, right? Because right now I think our age group don't really have a voice and a say-so in what's going on in the community.
And then like going again back to goals, when you brung up the golf course like the first or third time, I was like, every time I was like, yeah, bro, all right, cool, whatever. Obviously, it's cleaning up the community, you know what I'm saying? And I want to help clean up the community, but like, you know, as we actually got into it and, you know, people are coming out bringing food, bringing water, saying like, oh my God, you kids are inspiration. I ain't never had nobody call me inspiration before. Yeah. That's like crazy. And like, it doesn't even like really feel real. Yeah. But, one of my goals that I didn't realize that I had is to like better my community. And I noticed that a lot of my peers, they go to school, move out, you know, I don't want to swear. They might even still be in the neighborhood, but
they leave.
The
leave. Talent leaves.
We go, and it's not just like, oh, you leave, like you're not here. Like there's nothing here for you to spend your dollar on to like make the community better. So like I feel like one of our goals, I'm gonna speak for myself, one of my goals is to like better where we live, because Crete, Mooney, University Park, even parts of Park Forest, these are beautiful little Midwestern towns that I think we have like potential, but like you gotta like feed back into your community.
Yeah, real quick, I want to just take a break to shout out D Junket.
Yeah, D Junket's awesome.
Huge help. We're just gonna go and shout out a lot of businesses that helped us out.
This segment of the podcast is sponsored by D Junket.
And just to give us some practice on sponsorships and stuff. So if y'all want a space in the podcast and want to help out, again, it doesn't have to be money. Just watch the video all the way through. Send me a message, and we can get something working and get your names out there, because it's just about getting your name out there, right? I think we're the big talk of the town right now.
D Junket doesn't even like need because they said that they were busy.
Yeah, so. they busy, but we love D Junket. Shout out Tim. All right, segue into another topic. We went to mini golf course. I think everybody's here for the mini golf update. Maybe let's start at the beginning. How we got started, how we stumbled into the mini golf course. You want to talk about that, or you want me to go? You go. Okay, so basically, it started in Darren's room where we're trying to get Darren's Letterman jacket together. Darren is my younger brother. He's the quarterback at Crete Mooney, and he is a state track runner. He does a lot of events, so we were trying to get his Letterman jacket together. And the place where I got my Letterman jacket back in my day, they stopped doing it, right? So we got that whole process together, and we was looking for a space to rent out to do our Letterman jackets. We landed here, luckily, and right here in the back we have one of our chenille patches, which was very hard to get together. This is actually a big one, so don't expect us to make that for your jacket, because it's pretty big, but something of that sort. That's what it looks like. If you want to show another one.
This is a old design for our company logo, like an alternate that Davion has made. I don't know if this is like in camera, but like they're like little handlebars, and I think that these were fire. Like I'm not good with like the computer design, but Davion and Darren, absolutely. I'm gonna show you another one that I really like. Davion and Darren like absolutely cooked with this logo. Like, could you not see this on a shirt or a jacket? It's actually on Darren's hoodie right now. It's fire. But I digress. Go on.
Oh, okay, so we're looking for a space to rent out, and we landed here. But
wait, I'm sorry. Actually, we were looking for a space to rent out. This is a little side tangent, and this is where I want to talk about like giving back to your community again. Can I?
Yeah, absolutely.
So show me a tattoo, bro. I don't know if you can see this, but this man has a University Park tattoo. We pretty much grew up and lived in University Park our whole childhood lives. bro comes back here again. We're in Darren's room, figuring it out. We're like, okay, well, if we get the machine for the Letterman jacket, we definitely gonna need a space. Okay, like where can we get a space? Because obviously my house, his house, it's not gonna work. And you go up to University Park and talk to
the village manager, but let's not get into that. We stepped away from University Park, and we landed here in Crete.
I will say this is what I will say. I was disappointed in the way that we were treated in University Park, and it's sad to me that we had to come over to Crete. With that being said, I would love to help my community.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Let's just leave it at that. Let them come talk to us and let us do business. I think we got a meeting set up this week with one of the trustees. They've actually reached out. So, I hate that it had to take some social media following to get to that point, but I came before all that. And Darren, real quick, I know you got your headphones on, but just give context on the Letterman jacket. Could you grab yours? All right, he's gonna go grab his Letterman jacket real quick so we can show you. But we were looking for a space, and then Jacob ended up making the call to the for sale sign over at the mini golf course.
Because that was one of the like spaces that we were just like looking for. We knew it was for sale, so I called the number, and we wanted to buy like a little piece of it, right? Like we knew it was
split it up, maybe
something.
rent the little residential.
And we didn't even have
all
all of the information at this point. Like thinking about all of this is actually making my brain hurt a little bit. But you can bring it over here, Darren.
Yeah, you can walk. No, that one, not that one. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, you present this.
Yeah, so here's here's Darren's Letterman jacket. It used to have yellow sleeves, and then this is kind of our modern take on it. It has a QR code that links to his Instagram, so you can see some of his highlights. We do the embroidery, and then we actually offer customizable patch to each individual student. This one says All-American Javelin Thrower, and then this one says All-State Quarterback. 2 achievements that he earned this year, and then this patch over here. This one was actually given by the school. It kind of matched up with the rest of them, so we actually ended up using this one. He earned this by the school, and then his 3 varsity chevrons to show that he was a 3-time varsity athlete. He's actually a 4-time varsity athlete, but we lost one of the chevrons. They're small, and then this is a tribute to...
These 2 gentlemen stay losing things. It's so frustrating.
And this one is a tribute to our mom that passed away last year. We love you, Mom.
Love you, Mom.
Long live Linda. And these are a lot of the patches that we want to offer. And then also we wanted, our Crete Moni to look more like a Crete Moni patch. Just it's a little bit more personable. But this is the Letterman jacket that we want to produce, and we want to find a space to go do these.
It was so cool to watch them like go through the process of like making this, because like this at a point in time this was just like a render.
But back to the mini golf thing.
Okay, yeah. So we called the number to see if we could like buy a space, rent a space, whatever. They're like, no, we want to sell it. Okay, well, how much do you want to sell it for? Mind you, this is 14 acres, and all of the buildings that are on there have been squatted in, ransacked, and they told us that they want $1.5 million.
Yeah.
Obviously, we do not have $1.5 million.
Yeah.
So we didn't go through with that. A couple more weeks went by, I want to say, and then we were like, well, why don't we just go up there and walk through? So we go up there, walk through. We probably got a few videos if you want to like show us walking through there when it's like completely untouched.
Well, they can go watch the other videos that we got posted on the page.
Yeah, you could go do that as well.
Watch hours up if y'all.
Is that supposed to be 20 minutes? Okay.
Oh, damn, we're kind of...
You could just say that next time.
We're kind of cooking. Can I... Okay, so then...
So eventually we got to the point where Davion was like, all right, man, well, what if we just go clean it up? And I'm like, yeah, what if? Like, that's usually what I do with Davion. I'm like, okay, well, like, what do you want to do? And then, like, after he brung it up, like, the 3rd or 4th time, and then this is after you had, like, moved into the RV as well, we was like, okay, well, we just gonna go out there. A little
too personal right
there. I'm just saying, because we was in their room.
Yeah, okay.
Now he's in RV.
Cleaned it up, and we posted that video, and that one went viral overnight. 2 million views. And then we actually didn't ask permission first. We looked at the law and we were like, hey, like, you know, if we're beautifying a place, it's not technically trespassing. We intended on just picking up the trash and just making the course playable. But then the police came and was like, hey, what you guys are doing? They loved what we were doing, but they were like, hey, just go ask permission first, right? And then Jacob ended up calling again, and they told us, hey, we can't pay you, right? But, you know, go ahead, you know, do what you want to do. And we said, hey, we don't want to get paid, and, you know, we want to thank the property owners for letting us be on the property and getting us, you know, if they said no, we wouldn't be here right now, right? And we would have been trespassing, and thankfully everybody supported, so nobody. Well, a few people
I will say that everybody in the community, the owners of the property, the police, very respectful, very, very respectful. You just actually encountered your first kind of negative experience in person last night.
Yep.
Of course, it's going to be naysayers on the internet like, hey, you're making the property value higher for the owner. And like, obviously, we know that's what's happening. But again, I told you he quit his job, meaning that there was money coming in because you know what you did, bro? You flipped the whole thing on his head,
I flipped the whole thing on his head, you know. And now I got to say that this is a little inside joke because I've been telling this story to everybody. You know, traditionally, if you wanted to buy a business, right? Let's say a mini golf course, you would buy the business, right? Then you would fix it up. Then you would market it. And then you would hope that it's profitable. And again, we spun that whole model on his head. Like, we was cleaning it up, marketing it, and making money all at the same time. Not hoping that it would be profitable. If we got to the point where we could buy it, we knew it would be profitable. Because we had people from all over the United States wanting to come play mini golf, right? And that was an amazing experience just to see how far we reached out. Yeah, that was crazy. Can we plug somebody else real quick before we get into the
so flipping this whole thing on his head is sponsored by
The Evil Horse.
I was gonna say The Evil Horse.
Shout out to The Evil Horse. When we got finished filming, we went over to The Evil Horse and sat down and edited, and we love playing bags there. And they have an awesome environment. That's actually where we shot the news story. So when that comes out, I hope y'all watch that to its entirety.
Evil Horse, it's a great place. Evil Horse is a great place to go and sip a beer after work and chill with your friends and family, play some bags, and get out of there early, like 9 o'clock. And it's a great night.
Shoot, let's do one more. Cheryl Arbret. Country Financial.
Country Financial. Yeah. We got insurance through.
We got insurance.
We're covered. Are you covered?
Yeah. All our equipment is covered under Country Financial as our business insurance. Who else? You want to do another one? I think this is fun. This is a fun segment for me.
Who?
Tammy. Shout out to Tammy. Tammy has a lot of business, so we haven't shout out, but we love Tammy. Tammy's been a great person in the community, so thank you, Tammy, for donating tools.
Smokehouse as well?
Doc's Smokehouse. Let me get her name real quick. Y'all don't mind if I get on my phone
go
really
ahead.
quickly. I believe Ashley. Ashley is her name.
Shout out to Ashley. Appreciate it. I didn't actually get to try any of your food. I don't eat pork, so if you ever want to bring some more around, maybe if you got some brisket. It's like a smokehouse, right? It's like barbecue.
And what was that? Cherville?
I believe so. It's in Cherville, yeah.
Yeah, but we ended up plugging that. The T-shirts that we wear in the videos most of the time, or in the beginning.
Those came from Coach Tutu
and Uptown Eats. Thank you to Uptown Eats.
Yeah, shout out Uptown Eats.
We got Shorty L's actually helped us. The Lloyd family. Shout out to the Lloyd family. They actually purchased some pre-orders on the jackets. We still got to get those out, but obviously we've been caught up in a lot of other things for the time being. Who else do we have? There's a lot of businesses that have been reaching out to us and helping us out. And
Keith's Power Tools.
Keith's Power Tools, huge. Talk about Keith's Power Tools for a second.
Got us the yard boss.
Yeah, Ashley.
Shout out Ashley from Docs. But Keith's Power Tools, shout out to Keith. Thanks for letting us rent stuff. Going on a golf course with a hoe and some old
sticks and stones,
and like having to get that done. Like those first few holes like made it look easy, and then like as you get in there, it's like, okay, well, we're gonna need something. And like luckily, Keith came through, got the yard boss. Darren went through, cleaned that up real quick.
Oh, shout out to Cone Cottage. I think that's one of Darren's favorite. I think Darren should do that segment because he loves ice cream. We normally go there and get a small.
I don't even get anything all the time. I'm like, give me a water.
Yeah. Darren gets the largest thing, the largest milkshake. They probably gonna, start charging him, but put a cap on it, But every time we go out there and work, they said we can come get lunch and come get ice cream. So shout out to Cone Cottage.
Did you want to leave some for the last part of the video?
Yeah, we can leave some for the last part of the video.
I think
But
there's only like 1 or 2 left anyway.
There's a ton left. What do you mean?
Okay, my bad.
I gave the news like 20.
Okay, we'll run.
Auto glass?
I was waiting.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to the end of the video. I'll reshout that one out.
So you spun the whole thing on his head.
Yeah. But yeah, we're not the mini golf guys. I kind of want to get off the mini golf segment. We're the community guys. We're the guys that know how to have fun. Mm-hmm. Hopefully we can help market some businesses. Hopefully we can get, podcast studio in here for other people to come do podcasts. But I want to talk a little bit about the culture of the town and businesses that's around here and how they, let's just hit it on the head. What's with these slot machines in every business, right? We hear there's 30 businesses with slot machines. Now,
20, 21, 25, 26, 26 businesses?
No, 26 minutes.
Okay,
No, 26 businesses with slot machines.
Oh, he said it's about to be 30 though from this morning. 4 more, yeah.
Jeez,
So 26, yeah.
So I don't have a problem with the idea of a slot machine.
No.
Or even like a gaming lounge.
No, but it's becoming very saturated.
But, okay, so we were talking about this kind of yesterday when we were out, and I was saying, like, obviously they make money.
Yeah.
People put money in there and they make money.
Yeah.
And obviously it's gambling.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that you can get addicted to gambling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to be transparent here. I smoke weed. I may smoke some other things. But I would never promote that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I would never say like, oh yeah, you should do this too.
Yeah, go gamble, yeah.
And like, realistically, the culture of Crete, I think, would kind of be against that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And again, I don't have a problem with it, but it's like,
I mean, if it keeps the businesses here, then do what you have to do.
Yeah, but why is that what we have to do?
I know, but they don't know any other way. You know
and
what
like
saying?
it's I understand when some places do it.
Yeah.
Can I name drop any place?
A bar. No, let's just keep it.
I understand that a bar may do it, but like
it's not name drop.
the gas. I'm
the gas station. Let's go to the gas
bro.
station. How you gambling at the gas station on Monday?
I think that's a little immoral. I don't really like the way that makes me feel because you're already a gas station. Like, people have to go to the gas station.
Yeah, I mean, they sell lottery tickets at the gas station,
Yeah, but now I'm sitting in the gas station.
Yeah,
I'm
sitting and
putting
vibing. Who
and
vibes at the gas station?
Yeah,
you
that's
kind
not
of
a
get
vibe.
your little lottery
And
ticket,
that's
you go
what I'm
home.
saying. I'd rather you go to a place like a
bar.
bar.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of like chill, and it's like, okay, my kids might go. I don't have kids, but like Darren might go to the gas station.
Yeah, and it's just right there. Like, you can try to cover it up as much as you want, but it's like
it's not.
It's like this big secret room. Like, as a kid, I'm like curious, like, what is that room?
And it says games, and you think it's like,
video games.
like it's not that.
It says video games. Yeah, but I am gonna say this though. Whatever keeps the business, I'm not gonna. I don't know what it's like to be a business owner that's like, hey, like, we need to put slot machines in. We got to make ends meet. But we're hoping that we can change the culture to something else, to where they can make ends meet without having to do. Hey, you keep what you want to keep there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully more businesses come here and thrive without that, right? And again, have more things for kids to do in the community.
Right.
And our only fear, with the slot machine is that it brings the culture down. It brings the crowd that with some of the towns that we don't want to be like, right? And if everybody's feeding their money into those things, then they don't have money to do other things or take their kids to go do other things. Like, that's just kind of the culture that is going towards. And then people, having a hard time buying food as it is. and you're feeding off their dopamine responses. And, you know, eventually, if we keep on this track, we're afraid that this community isn't going to turn out how we envision it to be.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm like, I feel weird about like speaking on it because like
we don't know.
I don't know. I'm not in that predicament. Two,
we're just consumers though.
I like
we're
to
residents
gamble. Yeah,
of the town.
Well,
I mean, we live here. we live. We spend most of our time here.
Yeah, I spend a lot of money here for sure.
Yeah,
but I don't know, man. I just feel like.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's just segue into how we just kind of been just hanging out at local businesses around here, and how we just kind of doing some investigative
research.
Investigative research, yeah. And Darren can't tag along with us on that ride because we're at the bars and stuff. But that just goes to show you that, like, we would go hang out at a mini golf course with Darren. We would go hang out at this.
I would definitely go to a golf range with Darren and watch him hit balls all day.
Yeah, but the only thing we have to do is go to the bar and drink, and that's kind of an issue.
That's nasty.
Yeah, which again, love bars. You know, love going to them, right? But what about the people that's not 21? What about the, you know, 16, 17, 18?
From being an alcoholic.
Yeah.
What about,
something to do. And I get it. You know, business is hard. America is hard. But, you know, there's got to be some way to bring some more traffic this way. You know, the mini golf course probably would have been a stepping stone to that. Again, the fight's not over. You know, the news story hits tomorrow. The GoFundMe can hit $200,000, and we wouldn't even know it. And we can get monetized on YouTube. We have a bigger budget. A lot of more people will come down. Maybe we throw events ourselves because we're kind of the talk of the town right now, right? We can kind of throw an event at a bar around here, and people will want to come, and then more tax dollars come this way. Right. But we just, you know, at that point, we're like praying that the city officials do what they need to do to bring the right business in.
I will say, like, again, going back to my goals is to help and better the community, but it's also to, like, kind of touch grass. Kind of touch grass and, like, you know, shake hands with the people in the community. So, like, again, even if y'all have ideas, again, really local, like residents of Crete, if you have ideas to, like, Crete and University Park, I want to make that clear, and Monique. If you have, and Park Forest.
And any town that's in a similar situation, like you see all these slot machines coming up, I think, you know, try to make a difference or speak out, or even the younger generation, even our younger viewers, and we doubt that we'll get any younger viewers because, some people.
That's not true, bro. That's not true. Somebody literally just told us, yo, my 12-year-old son's watching all y'all TikToks, and he's saying, oh, they did this, oh, they did that.
That's true. That is true. Let me back up.
Like
I just expected a lot more younger people to reach out to us to want to be involved in the mini golf project. Or any project in general, right? Or even try to find a space in here, right, to kind of do something, right? And maybe we can do a little bit better job of getting people involved because a lot of people are introverts.
And again, goals, what I want to do, I want to help my community. The kids are looking at you like you're the adult now. Yeah. And it's like seeing what you're doing is like, oh, wow, that's crazy. Even though we have Darren out there with us and they could like be like, hey, Darren, can I tag along? But like, they're looking at you like it's crazy because one, it is, and two, like they never seen nobody do nothing like that before. Right. You know what I'm saying?
I want to plug Closet Collectibles.
Oh, Closet Collectibles is awesome. They have an array of items.
Oh. All right, I want to plug Closet Collectibles because he actually donated to us. He came out there and he gave us one of the biggest compliments. He said, hey, like, you're an inspiration to our kids. He says this generation doesn't want to work. They don't want to take initiative. And that's kind of what we did, right? We kind of went out there, just started fixing something up. You know, we started, you know, doing our passion of filmmaking and stuff like that and just having fun. And, you know, it was hard work being out there. So shout out Closet Collectibles, that whole team.
And they have a massive, I know they have several locations, but like right here in Crete, that place is massive.
It's big. If you haven't been there, please go check it out.
Cute cats. Yeah, go and check it out.
Yeah. You want to do another plug?
Yeah, go ahead. Plug some else.
I just want to say thanks to Jim and Brendan.
Yeah.
You know, they've been, they've donated or let us borrow some tools.
I like our little friendship too. Like,
yeah, I guess another break in the thing.
Hey man, shout out Tori. Shout out La Cabana.
Yes.
It's a poppin' little bar. La Cabana, if you're not hip to Spanish, it means
the cabin. The cabin.
And it's a cozy little cabin. You can go get a little drinky at.
Get some food.
Get some food.
Food is great.
Food. It's good food. They got a jukebox, pool table,
darts.
It's a big space. Area. Yeah, outside with it. I think they want to do bags there too.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah.
It's a nice spot. Steger Road. On Steger Road. So,
yeah, I guess.
Look, we're gonna wrap this up real quick, but again, we just wanted to hop on here before the news air. Again, we're gonna try and get this up no later than 12 hours from now. Yeah, we're gonna be on the news. We made it. I literally say that on the news story.
Yeah, trying to get the watch time hours up.
Yeah, we're trying to get the hours up. Thanks for coming to visit. We got more updates on the mini golf, but like, come back to see that, and come back to see what else we got planned for our community, what else we got planned for ourselves. Letterman jackets,
motorcycles,
traveling. We kind of want to do it all.
Everything. We're having fun.
I'm having a good time.
Having fun, trying to create some more fun, trying to make our city thrive. I feel like I got more to talk about though. Like we haven't touched on like the football field. Next episode, maybe y'all throw in the comment section what y'all want to hear about the town.
If y'all want to hear
some more questions, maybe a Q&A. That's it for EXZA TV.
We are now signing out. I just want to let you guys know, drop a like, comment, sub, leave some ideas on what you want to see or
some questions. We'll do a Q&A.
Yeah.
We'll pop up the questions. We're at the stage we're at now. Hopefully, you guys support us enough where you guys see this grow. And how you do that is just to like, subscribe, and interact with us. Give us some questions. Give us some more things to talk about. Give us what you guys want to hear, because we read all the comments.
Yeah,
we read all the comments. The negative ones, the positive ones.
Leave some negative, leave some hate. I love the hate.
Yeah, argue in the comment section. That helps us out a lot. Just get in there and just start having some discourse yourself in there.
Don't use any hate speech though. You will get banned and blocked.
But again, we love everybody that tunes in. We wouldn't be in this position if y'all didn't support us, and hopefully you guys support us enough. Our budget for these videos would get better, bigger and better. And the videos will get more exciting. The more shots we put up, the better the quality of the videos get. And just, bear with us with this journey. Bear with us with where we started. And if you guys are debating on starting, we're looking for people to also make content. So if you need to make content or make content, we encourage everybody to go make content and get your name out there and get what you want to do out there. And we'll see y'all in the next video.
Peace.